Welcome back. You're listening to Shop Girls on My Talk 107.1. I'm Ali Kaplan with my mom, Harmony, live at Max's at Excelsior and Grand. Well, if you have kids, even if you don't, you've probably had your doorbell rung by some little munchkin who wants to sell you popcorn.
Or wrapping paper.
A lot of wrapping paper. And we have with us two very enterprising women, Gina and AJ, who've come up with a whole new platform to celebrate Minnesota companies and fundraise in a new way. It's called Minnesota Brands for Good, and we're so glad you're both here to tell us about it.
Thank you. Yeah,
so let's just start at the beginning. You two have worked together and worked with brands and in marketing for many years. What was the aha moment for you about building this new network?
Oh, man. On that one?
Sure. Well, we have always had a passion for Minnesota brands and Minnesota-made products. We love all things local, and we wanted to give those brands an opportunity and a platform to share their products and share their stories while also taking an opportunity to elevate community fundraising for student groups and nonprofits alike.
Very cool. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how, this is just basically like kicking off this spring. You've got your first
you're
catalog.
really just starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got them right at the beginning.
That's how we roll. We're always breaking news.
Yes.
So explain how this is all going to work and because you can go to the website right now and check it out.
Yep, exactly. So we are open for groups to sign up right now. A student group of any size could start between now and April 1st. They can begin their fundraiser throughout that time. The fundraising will end for the spring period April 12th. So we have groups that are already starting, and we have quite a few who are just sorting through what their spring plans are going to be. But we are just kicking off sort of that student group sign-up portion.
So it's strictly schools, or could it be other organizations too?
Great question. It could be anything. So a sports association, a karate club, a student group from an elementary all the way up to high school, church groups. We have a few of those who are trying to raise funds for mission trips or summer travel. And so there's smaller groups that are doing fundraising as well. So it can...
So a group decides they're going to work with you guys. Then what do? They look through your catalog or on the website and say, we want to sell this product as our fundraiser? Or how does it work?
Well, last fall, we've been working on this for about a year. And last fall, we started going around to different Minnesota brands and Minnesota makers, inviting them to be part of this collaborative effort. And as word got out about the assortment that we were putting together, brands got really excited about the opportunity to share their products and share their stories and give back to the local community. So we got 8 different brands that have come together in this catalog. It's 100% Minnesota-made products. We have 54 different products from different categories. We have food and lip balms. We have personal care products and apparel. And the one catalog of those products is available to all of these different student groups. So music departments who are raising funds for new band instruments or robotics teams that need supplies or travel to different competitions. All of those groups are selling from this same catalog of Minnesota-made products.
Okay. Did the makers, because you're working with a lot of like the kinds of brands that we see at pop-ups, some of the, these are small companies. Did they create products especially for you, or did they just kind of pull from some of their most popular items?
Yeah, so the assortment that's in the catalog really represents best sellers for a lot of these brands.
Okay.
And to kind of go back to your earlier question as well, so the student groups get to sell the assortment. So mom and dad could buy popcorn and barbecue sauce, and grandma could buy lip balm and soaps. It's the entire...
They don't have to commit to one thing.
Right, it's the entire
that's
catalog.
Nice.
So it really gives your supporters, as the student, a large variety of options.
How does it work price-wise? Because...
Right, for the brands. That's what I was
wondering.
the
brands, but also... Sometimes I would think, depending on the school or what it's for, they want it to be within a certain price range, or they figure they're not going to, they don't want to price themselves out of the deal too.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Great question. So everything in the catalog for a retail price is priced between $5 and $30.
Okay.
So the price points span quite a bit. So if the neighbor woman wants to give you a 10, she can find something in the catalog.
Oh.
If somebody wants to spend a little bit more money, there's things that are, between $16 and $30 as well. So the price points really vary, which was a conscious effort on our behalf to find an assortment of brands and products that were accessible to just about anybody who needed to fundraise.
And so then obviously some of the profits go to the school and some go to the maker.
40% actually goes back to the student groups.
40%.
So we purchase from the brands, and then we collate all of those products at our warehouse, and then we take care of shipping all of the products out to the different student groups.
So you're amplifying the brands and you're helping student groups.
Absolutely. So
It's
this
what
is
they
all
call
about,
a win-win.
It's a win-win for
Did
Minnesota.
you just come up with that?
Yes, yeah, I just coined that phrase.
Absolutely.
Tell us some of the products. You mentioned a few, but tell us some of them that maybe would not be the norm that most kids have been selling.
Yeah, well, one of the things that's even great beyond the 40% contribution that goes back to the student groups is that a lot of these Minnesota brands have their own philanthropic missions. So for Kind Lips, for example, they give 20% of their proceeds towards anti-bullying programs. Essence One, it's about mental health awareness. Janita's Jar Cookies is about domestic violence prevention, and even Bear Honey, which is a Minnesota honey brand, they give back to Minnesota bee farmers and creating awareness about honeybees.
Aren't you finding that more and more? I just feel like any brand that is starting out today has some sort of mission. I think we're going to get to a place where that's just kind of the norm and not a separate category.
Yeah. So it's a win-win-win when you think about the philanthropic impact that all of those individual Minnesota brands are having beyond giving back to these student groups.
Cool. And are the brands, a lot of these brands, they don't have a huge amount of staff and they can't, that they're kind of moving from event to event. Are they eager to participate? Is this a good opportunity for them? Is it a hard thing to do?
I think one of the things that's been so rewarding for us especially is that all of the brands definitely support student groups and generational entrepreneurs and love the idea of helping today's youth sort of get to the goals that they need to do, which in today's world with budget cuts in a lot of different areas requires fundraising.
Yep.
So for the brands, I think one of the things that's important in partnering with us is that we sort of take off some of the burden of the resources community engagement can typically require of a company. Even companies that are quite a bit larger in size than some of the ones in the catalog still don't have community engagement and fundraising programs because it really does truly take somebody to focus on it.
Right.
Sure.
So we try to do as much on behalf of the brands that are in the catalog as possible. Obviously, we're very collaborative with them that way, but I think for them, it offers an opportunity to be engaged with Minnesota youth in a way that takes some of the burden and resources off of them.
Do you continue to look for new brands to partner with? And are you looking for people if somebody is a maker and here's us, for example, do you want them to contact you?
Yes,
are you interested
please.
in
Absolutely. Yes.
So we have a plan to rotate this catalog out every spring, fall, and winter to offer something unique and new and fresh so that student groups who are engaging with our program can have an ever-rotating assortment of something new and fresh. So we're looking for 10 to 15 different brands every season to come and be involved in our program. It's a great marketing tool. It's a great brand awareness piece. Our catalog has a reach of about 100,000, all in Minnesota. So it's
Very
a really
cool.
good way to share
It's a
your
great
story.
idea.
It is. It's a really great idea and lots of good reasons to support it. Minnesota Brands for Good. That's the website too, right? MNBrandsforGood.
Yes.
.org?
.com.
Okay,
Yep.
.com. So whether you're looking to fundraise for an organization or you're a brand that wants to get involved, check it out. We're so excited to meet you both.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
Thanks so
hope
much for having us.
Hope it's a huge success.